Today I was playing my Red Dean signature model guitar, Vinman 2000. I call it 31. This has been my favorite for years. I've also gotten a hollow body that's white recently, and that's kind of become my favorite also. So I have two favorites at the moment. I plug straight into an Analog Man King of Tone today. I also have the Wampler Tumnus and the J-Rocket Archer. And, you know, between the three of those here in the studio, depending on what kind of tone I'm getting for what song or whatever, I can usually find what I need from those. From one of the three, anyway. Basically a PC computer. I'm running Cubase, which I love. I've been using it for years, and that's what I use to record my direct guitar track today. With it monitoring with a little delay from the Echo Boy Jr. Sound Toys, awesome stuff. Let's see. In the song Rain, I used my EBow. This guy's seen better days. I've dropped him a bunch of times on stage, and it's cracked apart in several places, but you tape it together and it just still works. So awesome. And I've just picked up this Antelope Orion Studio interface to record with, and that thing sounds really, really good. Very happy with that. Usually I run an SM57 mic on the guitar cab, and I always go through the Daking mic pre-EQ. I don't often use the EQ section, just basically the preamp, and if I want something kind of different or whatever, I'll dial in the EQ. But most of the time I just try to place the mic in the right spot so I can get the tone from the amp and the mic without having to correct it, basically. Let's see. The head I was using today has been my favorite for maybe 5 years now. It's a 1980 Marshall JMP 100 watt. And basically I set it to get a little grit, a little crunch, and I use the pedals in front of it just to kind of drive it a little more, make it sing and sustain just a little more than it does. It's not an overly distorted amp. You can crank the preamp to 10 and it's still probably a little bit more clean than most people would want. So you kind of need to push it a little bit if you're going for a compressed, sustainy type of sound. Yeah, there's some other stuff here in my amp rack, but mainly it's that guy. And live, I've been using the JCM 2000 a lot. And this PV Classic 50 sounds pretty darn good too, as well as my old Laney that I used on the Meltdown record. Over there we have just way too many guitars. Too many. Okay, then finally in my little speaker cabinet room that I've built, you see my mic there is a 57. I've been using an Engel 4x12 cabinet with Celestion V30s. It's a great sounding cabinet. And up there is my Marshall. It's a 1969. And it's got the original greenback 25 watters in there. If you look really closely, right about there, you'll see that I used to have a cat. And one day he decided he was going to take a piss on my cabinet. And I've never been able to get that stain out. Although the smell is long gone, thank God. Anyway, that's a great sounding cabinet too. So basically become my storage room also. And as you can see, this is double walled. It's a small room, so I can't give you a good perspective, but it's double door because it's double walled. So yeah.